considered superior to being a Danon. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments?
No, mad lad.
Wait a second.
What are you going to do?
Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to
I want
answer
to put the sunglasses
for,
on
well,
long.
I've got a ton of questions.
Hey, Whiskey, thank you very much for the
The descent
follow.
could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Just so you know, we usually do a game giveaway on a Saturday for followers. Every Saturday. This being Sunday, so there isn't a giveaway today, but...
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
Be interesting
I really
to see
hope
what
we
this
don't have
place
to
looks
fight
like.
anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman.
Yeah, we need to
Hiding
find this
something
red
of that
woman.
worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
Here we've got our party pack. Let me just check everybody's in the right place. They are.
That wall lies a city full of Renans. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side.
So what's this for? Is this so we can go back? Oh, that's to take off again. Okay. I do like the ship. Very smart looking. We have another skit.
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
So how many Renans actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles out here too, huh? Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
Yeah, I wanted to put the sunglasses on Law. Just because. There. Don't think we've got any anything else we could that would suit them really. Could have some devil wings. He's got there's black wings as well. No, we'll just leave him with the sunglasses. Right. Let's go. See what we find here. Oh. Doesn't look as though it's in one piece, really. There's a leaning Tower of Pisa there. Lenegus.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegus changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me, the less you know, the better.
That smart top he's
Just
wearing,
the
isn't
same
it?
as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did
Or
you come
what?
back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Do?
What's all that about then?
So who's Faria?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danins poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danins among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
We have another skit.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just... unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
Okay. We've got another skit. There's a lot going on this map. We should probably head up this way first. Are they healing them? Yeah.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry, that probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
Okay, let's settle that for a while.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zugals have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit? The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Let's see what's up the end of this corridor, eh? Strawberries. No cream though. What's he doing? Is he putting the he's putting the fire out. So who's the person with the... Oh, right, you. I guess we'll heal you up. Oh, my ears. Never have I seen such potent healing arts. Thank you so much for taking the time to help an old woman like me. Hey, we got a fancy parfait recipe.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Your lordship! Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that
Got a
description?
lunch break, Rao.
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that
They're
hanging
great
around the
devices,
Lord
aren't they?
yesterday?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you
We
want to
use
find
ours
her
so
anyway?
much.
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
It's great for baking as well. Yeah, very easy to clean. I use the wire rack, and I drape the bacon over each bar down into the air fryer, and then use the air fryer to cook it. Yeah, our one's really easy to clean as well. They're great. It's always nice when they make something like that easy to clean. It's usually baked bacon. I'm not, I don't eat a lot of streaky bacon.
Is everything
She's got a
okay?
sore tooth.
You look a little lost.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
Yeah, it should do.
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here.
Yeah, it
with
does,
what looks to
doesn't
be an
it?
entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the
That was a
situation.
great game,
In the meantime,
Arcanum.
wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
It had a great setting, didn't it? And the technology, the mix of technologies.
What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all.
Crunchy
I haven't
RPG.
heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth, that Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned.
CRPG was taken in so you didn't get confused between
To them,
physical RPGs, like Dungeons and Dragons and
The
that.
Sovereign's plan.
So they
There's
tended to
one
call them
thing I'm still not
CRPGs.
sure about. Just
So that
who
you
is
knew it
this
was on the
person
computer.
ruling over Lenegis?
the Sovereign.
It's quite an old term.
He rules from Rena while presiding
Not
over
used
both
much
Rena
these days.
and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign, though it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 Sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganatheros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it!
Morrowind. Okay, for instance, there's dice rolls behind the scenes to determine whether attacks hit, yeah. DE, I'm trying, Baldur's Gate 2. I've played Baldur's Gate 2. I've played Arcanum, Kingmaker. Okay, I haven't played Disco Elysium, yeah. I've played Wizardry 8. I've played Pillars, and I've played Tyranny. I've played KOTOR 2. I used to play a lot of Western CRPGs. I don't play them as often now. It's a bit like me and JRPGs fanciful. I only got into JRPGs fairly recently, so I've got a massive backlog to work through. So I keep coming across new ones all the time that I've never heard of. The very first CRPG that I played, I would say, was Ultima Underworld 2. A friend at my work bought it when it first came out, and I got a shot of it after he finished it. And I really enjoyed that. And it was only years later I actually went back and played the first one. I was going to ask, do you not have time for CRPGs? Yeah. I quite like the linearity of JRPGs these days. Compared to the fairly openness of CRPGs. So yeah. Yeah, you don't, do you? So yeah. I quite these days, if I go and play a CRPG, I quite often find I load it up and I think, what am I going to do? So I quite like the fact I come into a JRPG and I know what I need to do. You love games where you get to explore, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I get that. I mean, that's how I used to. I mean, that's why I used to enjoy CRPGs a lot, the exploring. But I think restrictions on time and stuff, just these days, trying to finish games. CRPGs just, they're too much just now.
I didn't realize Renans oppress their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly,
I have a struggle picking a game to play when I'm not streaming.
Strange.
It is the way things have always been.
I never know what to play.
Question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's a work of art.
Even so,
I do have
the
it.
quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
I remember seeing Mitchell
Not a
playing
single
it.
citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's also the only CRPG that
It's
really
still too
allows you
early
to
say
fail.
anything for
Okay.
sure. For all we know, she might be able to blend
Fail
in,
forward.
move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
There's so many skits on here. So I was gonna. Is this gonna load up? Can I get into that? I've got Disco. Yeah. I got the final cut. I have so many role-playing games. Where are we? I've got a lot of role-playing games. Wonder how many it says I've got, roughly. Roughly 1300. It's probably less than that, because some of these are not really... I wouldn't classify some of these as RPGs. Skyrim. Yeah, I used to play Rift. We played that a lot. I did like it. Oh, we might have done for... we were on it. We both played it for years. Yeah. It was a great game. I really enjoyed it. And I like the customization and the character and that. We've played a lot of MMOs over the years.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, they're sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
I think my main character was just called Draven. Star Wars Galaxies. I know what AO is. It'll come back to me. Dark Age of Camelot. Yeah, we played that when that first came out. That was a brilliant game. I loved the Realm v Realm PvP battles in Dark Age. I've still got my boxes upstairs for that. EverQuest. Yeah, it was so good. I loved the concept of it, and that's in fact that's the first game where I used the name Draven. Guild Wars, I've played that. Played Guild Wars 2, EverQuest. We used to play Meridian 59 from 3DO, which was a small time MMO, and we moved to EverQuest when it first came out from Meridian. So yeah, a lot of great games over the years.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about
I was on we were on TaoAr-Mar on EverQuest. Yeah, it was TaoAr-Mar, I think. My main character was Dane on that. Dane Ironfoot. He was a little dwarf cleric.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Cannabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
You used to grind the hell out of Lord of the Rings for in-game currency to buy the expansions, okay. I did try it briefly, Lord of the Rings.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, why would we?
Another one I really enjoyed, which is now no longer, was Asheron's Call. I like the magic system in that.
To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
You can set up your own private server for Ashland's Call. I keep meaning to try and do that, because I would really like to just have it so I could go in and play about a little bit more with it.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, I played it briefly. You need a lot of time to play MMOs. It's, it tends to take over from everything else. I mean, we were in the beta for WoW. We played that for years. We left it a few times, came back to it. Okay, we've got to talk to people again. There's a lot of talking in this area.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called
Okay, fair.
intimidation.
No problem.
Look imposing and speak in a
It was
deep,
nice to
booming
talk about
voice, and presto,
the
you'll
old
have
times.
people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you.
I just remembered
that's
I've got
all.
that command.
I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's
A couple of old men recounting their online digital glory days. That's
I
it
can
there.
barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
You want to know which lord I support? Why? Are you out canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency, Erwilsay Teldillis. You probably know him better as Lord Balsef. I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House Teldillis doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that.
Yes!
But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of that we can be sure. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house.
Yes!
I owe so much to His Excellency, I could never dream of serving any other lord.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Lord Dohalim, you have returned. Ah, and I see you've brought aides with you. Do you remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes? Not only do I support House Elcaras, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. But since the lines appear to be cut due to the recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. Since you're all here, I'll just read them out aloud. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed house Ilkaris, and his name Lord TaoAr-LS. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. The scores of boorish, uncouth men of his land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture, why the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Well, what did you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lines are down to append it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Got somebody here? Yes, we have. Well, I never. Do you think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkis?
What?
What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dolhalim or that dreadful Lord Almedred, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I come from a family that has served House Valkis for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt behind the scenes so that he might emerge victorious. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interests front and center like no one else. Why, he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should just get on with colonizing Dana and expand our horizons. That way we will overcome masters of both worlds. We will become, and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above all our others. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my two sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. As their father, it fills me with endless pride.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
I guess we're heading down that way. Let's just see if there's anything hiding up here. No.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed, the effects of Lenegis's transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Probably just luckier.
Pardon me.
This house falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Caenaris. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over by the esteemed Lord Amadrea. If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in the history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Amadrea quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almadrea is a woman of talent, No one in all Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Soon the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegus shall be upon us at last.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Almost look like mini Borg ships, don't they? Cubes.
Ridiculous.
How loathsome. Oh, I was just reading about Volran. Can I help you?
Okay.
I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Olwigil, Hildress, and myself. Were it not for his sudden death down on the surface, I likely still would be. In my eyes, he is the true master, true Water Lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident, like they say. As for how Volran runs Galanath Haros, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans, but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where to the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this House Ignacery of his anyway? I've never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. Such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense. Not to mention all of the upheaval around here of late. What is happening to our people?
It seems like the people on Lenegus don't really know much about Volran either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure
I think he
earn
suits
that
his
trust
sunglasses.
as a fellow human being above all else.
Right, what are we doing now? Rinwell has got her... that one. I might just go for that one next. Right, where are we headed? I guess we're just going to keep going this way. Have a little explore over here, there's a chest.
What's this thing?
I wonder if there was anything up this wee bit. There was. Oh.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegus from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
So many cutscenes in this area. Right, can we go up here?
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
So was that her brother or something?
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Oh.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
We're going to get more than a few steps before we can actually do anything. Anything up this way? Oh, it's a chest. Orange gel. Nothing that way. Trying to look out for chests as well and stuff on the way.
Hey, it's that ingredient.
What for?
The one for that recipe.
Alright.
You always have an eye for food.
We haven't fought anything in ages now.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renans sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnigan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed.
That's why she's angry.
Despite Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alvin,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
Yeah, let's go a quick look around the
Goes
square.
both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
Oh, I was expecting a chest or something in one of those bits.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
How is our CP? We could rest. Should we cook? Yeah, let's cook. Let's just do more dropped items.
Hey,
So we don't know what's going to be
came out
happening.
pretty all right, don't you think?
If it's just loads of more cutscenes, it's not worth doing too much. Let me save, and then we shall see if there's anything worth buying. Oh, we've got a new weapon. I can make that. Okay, we may as well make that. Need lots of these mounted claws. Anything to sell? No.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
We sure have.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Ooh, level
So
44.
much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Helden Menencia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not. If they want to fight, they got one. Be my guest.
Far enough!
Anything in order to go
Prepare to be sealed. Kisara, Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Hey, Multi. How are you? Hope you're doing fine.
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Here, let me help.
Fire support!
I owe you one.
Going in! That's it!
Orochi Fury.
None shall escape my judgment.
Dazzling spin!
Dance in the wind.
Fall back.
Air blast. A wailing dancy of lightning.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They
If I
weren't
lose
the
the
least bit
rover,
phased by Dohalim's
I'll
presence
need another
either.
6 hours straight
Indeed.
of just mining
They seem
stone
to
so
recognize
that I
us as
can
enemies,
build a new
nothing
vehicle
more.
of some
And
kind.
yet,
Another rover, it
traditionally,
would have to be
Lenegis
another
hasn't
rover
been
because I
high on
can't
threats.
do
A few
lights.
frenzied Zoogles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Necro,
Their glazed
hello,
over
walk
eyes
on
reminded
in.
me of the soldiers and slaves we met
Exactly
back in
the same.
Ganaheros.
Race
The
trip.
ones in blind devotion to
Wait, hold on,
Volron.
there's water.
I've never seen anything like that here on
This is
Lenegis
fine,
before.
everything's fine.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here. And the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries.
Huh!
At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Guys, I lost the rover.
Hey, we've got 3 grape gels for that. Okay, we need to go ahead here. Oh. We've got big dragons. Or a mantis or something, isn't it? Looks more like a mantis. Right, let's just try and get a couple. No? Oh, there's too. No, they're all bunched up. We're just gonna get them all.
Let's dispose of the trash. On guard! Leave the charges to me!
Oh, we changed target. I was going for the big dude.
Here I come! I'm not done!
Can I get down into the ground, please? Yeah.
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Ow. Ow.
Looking good!
Time to let it rip. Orochi's Fury!
Here I go! You're mine! Take that!
Start up!
Ice prison! Here's a healing art!
It's showtime!
First aid! Thunder field!
Oh, I didn't manage to get the thing in. I was trying to get the
I can carve through armor!
None falling
that other skill going.
Lost in pain.
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Rock!
Radiant Peer Force! More of that beam stride!
Orochi's Fury!
Here, let me
Eh,
Tempest Hurricane Flight!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
somebody used an apple gel. It came up. It flashed up on the screen. Why did they use an apple gel? I know it's in the strategy, but they've never done that before. Especially when we've got a healer.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Ow. Spoke too soon.
Time to cross blade!
Glacial Spear! Hurricane Flight!
Soaring like Ready and raring!
Crescent Moon!
Orochi's Fury!
Here, let him see what I can do! I'll be saving this one!
Ignite!
An outstanding approach! Wind
Orochi's Fury!
Appreciate the help! Thunderblade!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Will this help? This one's mine!
Raging Storm! Here comes
Couldn't dodge out the way of that. I'm having a job dodging out the way.
Not in your dreams!
Denied!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Raging Cascade! Healing
Piercing roar!
Pain between...
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Didn't do that much, did it?
First aid! Water snake, wait! Dance in the wind! My call!
Start up!
Take this! The power of flame! I'll be saving
Now you see what I can do! Soaring Light Spin! Mirage! Here I come!
Tiger Blade!
You're finished!
Hurricane Strike! Burning Strike!
On guard!
Gusty
One
Nail!
more!
Searing
Plasma
Flame!
Shock!
Crescent Moon! Damn it! Out of
Flame
ammo!
inside me yearns to be let free!
Hurricane! Searing
This one is mine!
I'll be saving this one!
Take this! Soaring Light Spear!
Lightning Orb!
Dragon Swarm!
Inferno
Here I
Blade!
come!
This one's mine!
Pain between heaven and
Plasma
earth!
Shock!
A wailing
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
I'm all for that! Render!
Damn it!
Where are you going?
Oh, Gion's almost down.
Eat dirt!
No more playing nice! Dazzling Spin!
Orochi's Fury!
First aid!
Plasma Shock!
Freezing Storm!
Far enough!
Soaring Light Spear!
Tornado!
Start up! Blast up!
Oh, get out of there.
First aid! Here I
Okay, for the heal.
This one's mine!
Orochi's Fury!
Look sharp!
Plasma Shock!
Pain between heaven and earth! Going
Start
in!
up!
A wailing beauty of lightning!
Start up!
Pierce field!
In a bind?
Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
We always tend to get a strike just at the end before it dies.
Am I on a roll or what?
Okay, we got some Mantid Claws,
Shiny mood.
which is what we needed for that weapons, wasn't it? So we're going to go back out.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
See, I could upgrade his weapon. These are getting very expensive. I don't have the money for that. Well, I do if I sell stuff. Could have made that, but I don't have the money. I could sell some materials. Need 13.6. Oh, we need a lot more, because I could do that as well. Mounted claw, it needs 1. How much do you need? No, we can't do that one. Okay. Hey, super. No draw today. Just checking. Right, we need 13.6. We need to sell some more stuff. Stuff here. We can't actually do, we can do that one. Is it worth doing that when I could just wait and do that one? We only need 1 more claw. We'll just wait. Try and get another claw. Don't know if anything's going to respawn in here. Yep, it is. Right. These are, we won't be getting them all for that. There we go, for it.
Right, here goes.
Healing circle!
I can carve through armor.
Thanks.
Here I go. It's over. Flawless flight. Need to pull myself together.
Soaring
Go.
light spear!
You're mine.
Stardust! This one's all mine!
Raging
Eat
storm.
dirt!
Lunar corruption. Dazzling spin.
Orochi's fury!
Photon flash. Raging cascade.
Too fast! Stand back. I'll trip it up. Orochi's fury!
Blazing tornado. Time to shine. This one's mine. Divine seed ready. Hurricane, here I go. You're mine. Annihilation
Take this.
confiscated. By the power of flame. Raging storm. Without a trace. Crescent moon.
Plasma shock!
Hurricane flash.
Do it! River!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Firmament
Orochi's
render.
fury!
A freezing
Orochi's
storm.
fury!
Water snake wake.
Plasma
Tomorrow,
shock!
ice tornado.
Stardust! It's on! Not today!
Vanquish darkness. Gravitas field.
Mirage! Orochi's
By the
fury!
power. Vanish without a trace. Divine.
Well, am I improving?
Tremendously.
What
The
did it-
speed and precision of
What did we get the mounted things off of? Mounted claw, yeah, so we need those green things.
your aim is simply unmatched.
I had no idea you were what?
Somebody just got enough points somewhere. There. Lion's Howl, what's that? Let's just go for that.
Watching me so closely.
Yeah, here we go. Hopefully we'll get a Mantis off of this Mantis Claw.
I'll do my best.
Orochi's
I'll get my judgment. Far enough.
Raging storm! Hurricane flood!
Their arms were in
I will
jeopardy.
not pass on the hand piercer. In here! Power of water! More for the
Orochi's fury!
Take this! Shining
Plasma shock! Ignite!
This one is mine! More where that came from! Illuminate the Twin Blaster!
Plasma shock!
Holy Land!
Soaring light spear!
Ready! By the power of flip! That'll bring you down! Not in your dreams!
Tiger Blade.
Soaring light spear!
Burning!
Going in. Water.
Take clear my throne!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Hurricane strike!
Flame inside me, yours to be let free!
Water! Hear my throne! Raging storm!
Piercing
roar!
Something's a weakness, that one. Ow.
Orochi's fury! Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Never does a great deal of that, really.
It's too much!
Too much to handle?
Orochi's fury!
I guess we'll be resting at the end.
You picked the wrong fight!
Anything in armor is all mine. Armor won't save you.
Plasma shock!
Tiger Blade.
Inferno Crow! Ready!
Orochi's fury!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Healing circle!
Falling storm.
This one's mine! Raging storm!
Plasma shock!
By the power of flame!
Orochi's fury!
Light after
This
lightning
one's
to
all
sun!
mine!
Thunderbolt!
Not today!
You're on.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all! Light astral energy!
Can't get out of this!
Healing circle! Thanks so much!
We did the bind thing on that. Didn't work.
Orochi's fury!
Here. Falling storm.
I'll heal you all!
Showtime!
Piercing roar. Slow assault. Appreciate the help.
Smash you!
Don't get in my way!
Plasma shock!
Need to pull myself together. More with that hurricane!
Orochi's fury! do without this pain. Burn in hell!
Hurricane strike! Look sharp! One more!
Last lift shot!
Oh, too shy to come over! Here, let me help!
Maybe a peel. Oh, we got one.
Look sharp!
Orochi's fury!
Here, make it rain!
There. Hopefully we got some mantis claws from that.
I can feel my power grow.
Yes, we did. Okay. We're going back again. Let's get this, all the weapons upgraded. And I think we'll rest at the inn.
What do you say we check back in on the ramp?
Okay. So there's no better armor here. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, there is. Oh, right. Ah, right. That's not as good really, but let's get you some armor. Let's sell the old armor. Oh, do I not have enough? Need both of them really. Right, I need another 9.5. There's no point getting that. Really. So we're going to do that. So we need 9.5. Okay. Oops. Bye. Bye. Okay. We can sell a bit of armor. Okay, so we've got some cash left. Let's rest it here. So we've got better armor now, so hopefully that'll help in here. Better weapons. These guys are back up again.
I'll do my best! Hurricane strike! Lunar Dragon!
Soaring light spin!
Ready and ready! Look sharp!
Armor won't save you!
Going in!
Eat dirt!
Take this! Lunar
Orochi's fury!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Crescent Moon!
Illuminated Blade!
Tiger Blade! Inferno!
Hear my call!
Orochi's fury!
Discharge!
We
Glacial
did it!
Spear!
Orochi's fury!
I'm ready!
Freeze Lancer!
Denied!
Stockpile.
Here I come!
Photon flash. More where that came from.
Make it rain!
Dooley, this one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes!
Watch us weep.
Slag!
Raging storm. Fury.
What are you doing?
Turning strike. Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Make it rain!
Next!
Look sharp! Take this! Water snake, wait! Armor won't save you! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Right, we'll maybe bypass the big mantis. Since we've attacked him a few times now.
An opponent like this should be easy.
On my lord! Bombardment! Time to shine! Flame! Reload! This one's mine! Meteor!
Burn in hell!
And can't let the hatred consume me!
I see one, eh?
Holy Lance! Too much to handle? Come between heaven and earth!
It's almost too strong.
It'll split it open!
Be my guest.
I never miss!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
Right spear! Start up!
Magic is
You're on! Coming through! Ha! Melt!
Unfair.
Scarlet Inferno!
An
astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! I can carve through walls!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Radiant light!
Eat this!
Vanquish
Fury! Fire support!
Annihilation! Divine streak! Pierce evil!
It's over!
A wailing dancing lightning!
Lunar arc! Start up!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Take this!
Don't you throw bombs at me.
I can carve through armor! My shield? Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
We're still standing. Barely.
Yeah, we need to work our way back there, but I'm going to check out this room first. Shortcake recipe. Right, let me try and lure one of these guys over here. No, we got all three.
Gotta break through! Now you'll learn! Ignite!
So much for talking it out.
You've got spirit.
Hurricane strike! Ready to go! All disasters made one!
Rimwell's getting a wee bit ahead.
Now, Ridwell, astral energy, full throttle! Oh, violent darting wind.
Check my SP as well.
Sleep now, healing
Their arcs were
Where are you
interrupted.
going?
I owe you one. This one's all mine!
Wind astral energy!
Eat
This one's mine.
Inferno Orochi
Orochi Fury!
By the power of air!
Plasma
A
shock!
chain between heaven and earth! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Orochi Fury!
In here!
No further!
Hi, Luna.
Make it rain! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Right, where do we want to go? Oh, we need to go. Oh, there's a chest. I almost missed the chest.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Another mantis. Hello. What do you want then? Oh, you want what's in that tub? Oh, you want a treat? Una Bakken. Right, Mantis that way.
Stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
There's no other target on these, is there? Ow. That wasn't a very good start, was it?
As if the normal creatures are disgusting enough.
The flame inside is yours to be let free.
A chain between heaven and earth. A wailing energy of lightning.
Take this!
Falling storm! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! How about nothing gets by me?
Dance in the wind, not in your dreams.
Denied! This one's mine!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Can't get out of this!
This one's
I
mine!
never miss. Holy land.
I have no limits! Orochi's Fury!
Here's a healing arc.
Spin!
First aid.
Orochi's Fury!
Raging cascade. In here.
One down!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
A freezing
Storm through armor!
Hurricane water.
Look sharp!
The flame inside is yours to be let free! Orochi's Fury! Ha! You picked the wrong fight! Orochi's Fury!
This one's mine!
They've got some right of I should probably see what they're weak to and then change my skills up accordingly.
Try harder! Take this!
Feel ready in your dreams.
Start up!
By the power of flame.
Here's what we
Here I come!
I'll heal you all.
Armor won't save you! Hold nothing back!
Oh.
Orochi's Fury!
That'll bring you down.
Appreciate the help!
Between heaven and earth. Lunar corruption.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Nope, not dead yet. Okay.
Can't get out of this!
Water. Here we go. Spread. Hear me. Flame of Jupiter.
We should go in.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Now you see what I can do!
Denied! Look sharp!
Orochi's Fury!
We're taking too many hits!
Oh,
Light up the gun!
oh, somebody heal Kasara.
Orochi's Fury! Ha! Eat this!
Now.
There, got it.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! I feel sprightlier than before.
Level 44. How's our health doing? Somebody's been using up my apple gels because I had heaps of them. Let's see if we can get, maybe just get one or two of these guys first. They're all bunched up. Guess we're just going in.
Gotta break through!
Bring him down.
Watch for their ranged attack. Engaging! Crescent moon! Locked and loaded! Tiger blade! I owe you one. Orochi Fury! Die! Release! Ready to flare! There! More with us again! Piss on! Not today! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! It's time for support! By the big one! Denied! Orochi Fury! Supernova! Dance in the wind! This ends now! Consider yourself finished! Here, let me help.
It's
Going
a quick strike. Let's stop it moving.
Orochi Fury! Cyan instant! Hurricane foot! Divine streak! One move! Going in! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Mega ray! Orochi Fury! Here I come! Damn it! Make it rain! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Nicely done.
Right. I should really be heading this way. Let me just face this corridor before I save. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I am going to stop there for today. Yeah. Well, I think we might manage to finish this next weekend. It's looking like it anyway, from where we're at the moment. I do have a poll up on Discord to pick which game to play after this one. So, yeah, I think we'll probably finish that. I will be back on... I'm doing some first looks on Thursday. I might do a little stream on Wednesday morning. It's my usual 3-week Wednesday off this week, but I'll see. I might do a short stream in the morning. We'll see. But we'll definitely be back playing this in the fall at the weekend. Let me see if I can find somebody to raid onto. See who's on. See who we have. Oops. Let's see who we've got. Aaron Crockers. You're welcome. Thank you all for being here, as usual. Thank you for all the support. So Dentia. I think we raided the Dentia last time, didn't we? I might just go over to Nolax. Nolax is playing Cold Steel. Yeah, let's just head over to Nolax. There we go. Right, I have raid messages. Sorry, I missed this. So yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of the weekend. Say thank you all for being here. Thank you for the follows and the support today. It's much appreciated. But I will roll my credits very briefly and then I will raid on over. So until then though, you all take care, be safe, and I will say bye for now.